a lot of the Twitter questions were about Ethan.
Did you Bazinga?
That wasn't actually my question, but since you bring it up, is there some kind of history there that we don't know about? You were recently in the Sidemen Tinder video.
Yeah, I was in March.
A lot of people say to me, Jack, why do you always mention the Sidemen? Because it bangs, basically. So if we can talk about this for about 8 minutes, that'd be perfect. How did that come about?
So JJ messaged me on Twitter, was like, hey, like, what are you doing on this day? Are you free to do the Sidemen Tinder? And I was like, yeah, go for it. They gave me like the location and stuff. Then went to YouTube Studios.
Was you nervous at doing that, or is that not really? Do you get nervous?
I get nervous, but I wasn't really that nervous. Like sometimes I do get really nervous, but like with really stupid things, like things I shouldn't get nervous about because
Jack Mate's Happy Hour podcast. A lot of people get like that. A lot of people get like that.
But yeah, no. And then I got to YouTube Studios. It was actually really awkward when I got there, and this actually made me really awkward. So I went in, and they were like, they take your ID and stuff, and then they were like, yeah, go downstairs to like Studio 3 or something. So I went down, and Vic's sitting there. And I'm just like standing there, and he's like, "Hello," and I'm like, "Hi," and he's like, "Can I help you?" And I'm just like, "I got sent down here," and he's like, "Oh, you're one of the Simon Tinder girls," and I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Yeah, we're not ready yet," and it was so awkward. And he was like, "Oh yeah, someone will like talk to you upstairs." So then I went back upstairs, and then she was like, "I'm so sorry they sent you down there." It was so awkward.
I bet he looked at you and went, "You're not the chef."
He sounds so innocent, doesn't he? He's like, "Oh, who are you?"
Yeah, but
like it wouldn't be obvious when they know what they're filming.
But I reckon he's got a dark side to him.
I don't know where to go with that. Yeah,
if I know Vic. No, Weller said, didn't he? Weller came on and said that Vic's got a bit of a bit naughty,
kinky side.
Bit naughty side. What are him and Weller doing?
I was thinking to say I'd love it if Vic had a kinky side, but I don't know why that would affect me.
We need to get Vix back on here just so we can talk about that side of him.
Did you just call him Vix? Like the Vapour? No,
I know nothing. I've met him and I know nothing.
I did ask him if he wanted to come on to do a bit of a Halloween special. He said no.
Oh.
He said no.
With Adam, it's fine.
So you turn up. There was a few other girls in it. Bambino Becky was in it.
Yeah.
Els was in it.
Yeah, Chi, Millie T, Kira.
Right.
A few others, yeah.
Did you know most of them before or not?
I didn't know any of them. And like Bambino, Becky and Chi knew each other.
Yeah.
And then like Kira and Millie knew each other. But then I kind of like spoke to all of them, and I'm close with like Chi and Becky now. And
Right.
Els, obviously, I'm close with Els as well.
Mm.
I didn't really speak to Kira much. And then there was some of the girls, I think, who was it? Like Jordan and Roxasaurus.
Right.
I don't know her real name.
Yeah.
But they kind of like sat on their own table, like away from like all the other girls who were like crowded around on like the sofas.
Was that quite awkward?
Well, no, they just kind of did their own thing. But then we were just like, I think one of the girls was like, why are they sitting on their own? But
Well, Roxasaurus got 5 million subs, so she is above a lot of you.
yeah, exactly.
You're the worst person.
I like to stir it up. Oh, you've got a cough now.
Yeah, no.
It wasn't me.
No,
I have a
Jesus.
cough.
You've done all right so far.
Yeah, I have. I clear my throat occasionally away from the mic. Professional.
The side. So you're there. You get called up one by one to for them to chat you up. Basically,
Yes.
they push the boundaries, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
KSI especially. Did any of the chat up lines offend you at all?
No, I don't really get offended easily. Even with like hate comments and stuff, I'm just like, okay.
I guess you have to be
Great.
quite thick-skinned to put
Yeah.
yourself out there.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. Who on the day? Who do you remember anyone being like particularly better? Like, who was the best at chat up lines?
I liked Harry's one. It was like, did you sit on the F5 key because your ass is refreshing or something?
That's quite good.
And I was like, oh my god.
I want to know who writes these for them.
I thought they wrote them themselves. That was the point.
That's quite patronising from me, actually, isn't it? I want to know who writes them because they're actually quite funny.
Stephen Tries definitely wrote his.
Oh, we'll talk about Stephen in a minute, but I really like Harry. I think he's.
Yeah, no.
I'd love to have him on it. I would. He'd be one to get on. I don't think he does. I don't think he likes podcasts. But if you can use that connection, do you speak to many of them or not?
I'm closer to like JJ, Ethan, and Toby.
Right.
I mean, I don't really speak to any of the others. I think I'd say I'm more friendly with JJ out of all of them.
You know who I'm going to ask about now? Maybe you're looking at me like you don't know.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't really care. But when we tweeted that you were coming on, a lot of the Twitter questions were about Ethan.
Did you shag Bazinga?
That wasn't actually my question, but since you bring it up, is there some kind of history there that we don't know about?
No, there's no history. I mean, he obviously said the patron $5,000 tier on the.
He paid the 5,000.
I'm not gonna let any secrets out.
I mean, it sounds because when we did the research for this, I went on your Patreon and saw that someone took the highest one because it was sold out. So
I'm gobsmacked. What do you get for 5,000 on Patreon?
It's kind of like. It's nothing very specific, but it's like
It's for $5,000.
no. But on Patreon terms and conditions, I'm not allowed to specify for that tier. Like I've spoken to them directly, and they've said, "Look, you can't specify, but the people after they've made the payment or before they make the payment, they can message you and like ask for specific things." But on Patreon is quite a safe site. Like you can do NSFW content, but for example, you can't do any like hardcore porn, that kind of stuff. So obviously. Some things there is a boundary, but Patreon are always like, oh yeah, if this person asks for something like this, you have to say no, etc., etc.
Right. So what do you sell it as, or advertise this £5,000 tier as?
So it's called the Daddy tier,
Of course.
and it says I can't remember the exact words, but I think it's something along the lines of
reserved for Bazinga.
Did Bazinga pay 5,000 for this?
No. Bazinga didn't pay 5,000 for it.
I thought that's what you said.
No, I was joking. So
Well, it's still the title, Lauren, so thank you very much.
No, in his Sidemen Tinder chat line, he was just like, if you swipe right, I'll pay for the $5,000 tier on Patreon.
Oh,
So
right.
everyone was just like, oh my God, did he pay for it? Did he pay for it? Blah, 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 blah.
But so you swiped right on him, did you?
Yeah, I did.
So he did. He definitely did.
That's a monthly fee as well.
No, it is not.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, it's a month.
You can cancel any time, but it is monthly, yeah.
And it still says sold out. And
Wow.
it has since that video, strangely.
So, whether or not it was Bazinga or not, have you had anyone else pay this £5,000 tier?
Yes,
You have.
I have.
Of what? Quite a few, or
A few.
that's mad.
Yeah.
That's mad. Can you tell us a bit about what being the I never thought I'd ask this. Being the daddy is like. What does it entail?
So it's actually funny because most of the people who have signed up for the Daddy tier also signed up to like the $300 tier, and then when they signed up to the Daddy tier, they were just like, "Oh, I just want to do it." Like no one's actually ever asked for anything specific and actually wanted anything for it.
Wow.
So most people are just like, "Oh yeah, I just want to be able to like talk to you like on a daily basis, that kind of thing." So yeah, I think most people just want like a closer contact with me.
For $5,000 a month.
Yeah, just get a podcast.